Hi everybody, welcome to Khong Driving, and what you have before you is that cute little Mazda Miata or MX-5, and this not the latest version. Is actually it looks exactly like the latest version, except that it is one step behind. This was first launched in 2015 and it's been this way until 2019. So this is the 2018 one, and the spec is slightly different, but generally is the same except for the power. The new car has got the same 2-liter engine, but it's been retuned to give 184 PS and 205 Newton meter of torque, and that's mainly done by increasing the rev limit to 7,200 RPM. Basically, the engine's the same, but they have done some extra modifications to make it last and make it endure the extra RPM. But this particular one is 158 PS or 155 horsepower, and torque is about the same also. It's 200 Newton meters of torque, so it's just short of 5 Newton meters from the latest model. So this one is the icon of Mazda, and this is the Mazda that everybody wants to have one of, me included. So this is the latest shape, and you can buy this beautiful car at 222,000 if you buy the manual, and 227 if you buy the automatic. What we have is the automatic here. I think for the manual you have to make another special order, because most of the cars they bring in are automatic because of the demand. Okay, so what you have is a very nice longish front, and you are sitting near the back of the car. In fact, when I was reversing the car yesterday, I couldn't judge where was the rear, but actually if you look at where the seat is, you are actually sitting just in front of the rear wheel. So if you're sitting in the car, the back of the car is quite near, but because we drive normal cars, I was a bit disoriented, yeah, and I thought that when I got out of the car I still had another 2 feet more to go. So anyway, that was just an issue that I had. Okay, on the front you get Bridgestone tires, and these are 17-inch, and the tire size here, as you can see, is 205/45 R17, and the back runs exactly the same size tires, so they don't have staggered tire sizes. Front is ventilated disc with a single port caliper, floating caliper, and suspension is McPherson struts, and you can see, if you can see inside, which I can, the A-arm inside just beyond the caliper is made of aluminum. So they have actually done quite a bit to keep the weight down, and the overall weight of this car is just over a ton. So with 155 horsepower, or with the new engine 184 PS or about 181 horsepower, this car will actually scoot quite well. At the back you see a solid disc and a single port floating caliper and a multi-link suspension. You can already see behind the disc here there's heavy use of aluminum parts for the rear suspension. That's actually a knuckle, yeah, the knuckle is made of aluminum. Okay, so 17 inches means that the car will be quite economical on tires. This car is very lightweight, so running 205/45, well, it should give very good grip. Okay, on to the seating side. This is a strict 2-seater. Okay, there is zero space at the back. You can see here the back of the driver's seat is slightly leaning forward, because that is to adjust for my sitting position. So if you like to sit a bit further back, there is no place. There's no place for a briefcase. Okay, Over in the front, this is the dashboard. It's actually very Spartan, and that's the way Mazda has kept it. Okay, so over here, looking at it from the passenger side, it is very basic. Yeah, the seats are mechanical adjustment, but one thing good is the seat belt is up here. There's a seat belt holder in the seat, so it won't disappear. All you gotta do is reach to the side. Okay, let's go to the driver's side. But before we go to the driver's side, let's open the bonnet. Here is the bonnet. Okay, the bonnet seems to be some lightweight material. I'm not sure if it's aluminum. It seems like it, but it didn't feel as light as it should be if it was aluminum. Okay, here's the engine, and this is the 2-liter engine from Mazda with dual overhead cams, direct injection, and you can see the intake is plastic. This is the drive-by-wire throttle, and battery is in the front, and here is where the ECU is. Yeah, so everything is inside the compartment and within easy reach, and the exhaust is on the right hand side and it goes down there. So I heard from the Mazda people that this is the same engine that is found in the Mazda 6, okay, and also in the CX-3, but those engines are all mounted transversely, and Mazda went to a great length of trouble to redesign the manifold there because they wanted equal length manifold, and so therefore the way the pipes, the exhaust manifold had to be redesigned so that they get the same type of equal length manifold, so the engine will run better and acceleration is better. Okay, other than that, they have a small little strut bar here that ties up the struts, and everything is nice and in its place. And you can see inside here there's an additional frame, yeah, that helps to strengthen the body. So this body looks pretty rigid, and over at the front here is mostly empty space for the radiator and all that. Yeah, and this is plastic. This part is plastic, so it's very light. Yeah, and those are the headlights. They're projectors. Okay, so as you can see, this is a front engine rear drive car, and the roof here, you can see it is retractable. So it's they call it a drop top, but it's more a targa than anything else. So I have already done a video on the retracting of the roof, and it's all done via a switch on the front dash. Okay, one of the things that everybody want to know is how much luggage can you carry, yeah? Okay, this is the boot. And okay, where does the roof go? the roof actually goes into this space here, because this one comes up, it opens up like a transformer, and so the luggage space in the boot, what you see is what you get. From what I can see here, you can just about squeeze 2 overnight suitcases and maybe a couple of small little shoe bags around here. Yeah, it's pretty small, but they never made this car and boasted about its luggage space. The design of this car is made, it's for fun, okay, and fun is all you're gonna get. And well, you can have overnight luggage for 2, but that's about it. Okay, inside, the driver's seat gets a seat adjustment, and also of course there's the rake adjustment, and again the seat belt is here. Oh, it's Bose here, it says, so there must be a Bose system somewhere. Alright, very simple, two door switches for the windows, and over here you see traction control and I stop off, and this is lane departure warning. Yeah, okay, it's keyless start. Let's start the car. You have to agree. Okay, fuel economy monitor. Just now I turned on the car, I found 8.8 liters per 100 kilometers. Okay, and we reset it before the drive, and we drove quite hard, and it went up to 9 point something, and now it's dropped back to 8.8. I suppose we have to wait for a while. Oh yeah, down here you can see another readout is 8.9. Okay, so because we have idled the car for a bit here while setting up the camera, and those are the meters in the center. You have the Rev Counter. You can see this is the old version. Yeah, Rev limit is, the red line is at 6.5, the new one is at 7.2. So actually I think they have just redesigned the meter and said, okay, now you can run up to 7.2. But of course I'm sure they did something to the bearings and all that, the treatment of the surface, because it was like broken line up to 7,002, then a hard line, so red line at 7,002, and the new Rev is like at, it will start at 7.2, and the speedometer is here up to 240. The top speed of this car would be around 200. I didn't hit top speed, so I don't know what it is. Well, if you want to buy the car, you can buy it and have fun. I think you will hit 200 or 220, I'm not sure. And this side you get your readouts, you get your fuel gauge. Here it's almost empty. We had a lot of fun. Okay, and we have done 368 kilometers and average 8.9 liters per 100. That's the average. Yeah, and we are down to the last quarter, the quarter of the tank. As you can see, there is also the pedal shifters, minus there and plus here, and also the steering controls. Okay, this is for the information you can change, and also the, oh, it's got cruise control. Okay, and of course the signal is here, and that's the wipers. You also get the screen that is controlled by the thing here, so you can press home and it goes there like all the other Mazdas, so you can toggle and find what you want. Let's check whether there's a navigation system. Okay, your Mazda is not equipped with a navigation system. Okay, so you have to buy the navigation. Yeah, so back home, and so it's, you have your music and you have your phone, and then this one is for the fuel economy monitor. You can check. Yeah, alright, so this car has lane departure warning, and it can be switched off. I've turned it off. Yeah, and then down here, your gear shift, you have your, this is the auto, you get P, R and D, reverse, neutral and drive. If you push it to the right, you get your plus minus, yeah. And down here is your sport button. Push it up for sport, push down for normal. And I think that's about it. Aircon louvers, one, there's one here, and a circular ball for the driver and another circular ball here. So the dashboard is basically quite Spartan, but it's not, yeah, it's hard plastic. Then there's this soft plastic with a bit of stitching here. Yeah, so nothing fancy, is meant for fun. Okay, so from inside, here is how you open your roof, and there you go. Then it goes down. You gotta wait for it to beep, and then it's closed. So let's see what it looks like from the outside. Trouble with this roof is you got to sit inside the car. So I had some magic done yesterday to get it to open, and this is what it looks like. Yeah, so you can drive with the top down, and here's another view of the cockpit. Okay, that's the steering and the pedal shifters. You have cruise control, and this is the toggle for the information and then volume, and this is your phone control. Steering is about the standard 13-inch, and it's very light and easy to control. And that's the dashboard. The 3 meters are down there. Yeah, that's the dashboard, and that's the seating area. Seats look good, and there's some rollover protection here. Yeah, inside there, that's the rollover protection, and plus also the A pillar is also part of the protection. So there you have it. Is this a nice looking car? Yes, it's nice looking. It might be a bit small, so I did say when I drove it that if you have a base car that you use for day-to-day use, you might want to have one of these for your weekend use, or when you want to run away from the rest of your family, just you and your loved one, and this would be lovely to have. If you're a single person and don't have to carry a lot of people, this would be a very nice car to have. And it drives very well. Not only does it drive well, it also gives very good fuel economy. We have not gone more than 10 liters per 100 kilometers, no matter how hard we drove. And I can tell you, if you watch our video, you'll know that we drove very hard. So that's about it. So look out for our drive video, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.